Okay, welcome to the next Blender tutorial. So today we're going to be making a phone screen design. So what I need you to do to begin with first and foremost is find out how big your phone screen is in pixels. So what we're going to do to begin with is go render. We'll go to Eevee right here and we'll switch it up for cycles. And then we'll come here to the output, and then we're going to place in our resolution size. So mine is 1440, and then we have 3088 at the side of there. So this has now changed the shape of my camera. So what I'm going to do is let's press 7 to heaven. We're going to go with view, and let's go to align view, align camera to view. So view, align view, come on. Align view, and then camera to view. So we've got this. We'll get rid of this default cube right here, and we'll go ahead and we'll add in a plane. So essentially what you want to do now is make the plane the same size as the screen. Maybe just come off just a little bit. Just right there. So you've got it just a little bit bigger than the camera, which is in the middle right here. So what I'm going to do with this is let's go ahead to shading. And we're going to go, let's go 7 to heaven with this. Just press 7 on the number pad. Or you can go to view. And then you've got all these viewpoints right here. So you've got top, left, right. We're going to want top. So number 7 right there, if you've got the number pad on your keyboard. So once we've got this, let's go ahead and just move this down, and I'm going to go and make a new material. We'll call this Von. Some random name we can give it. We've got Principled BSDF and the material output right here. So if we go to add, and then we go Voronoi texture right here. Put your Voronoi texture from color to base color right there. Just press the sensor scroll on your mouse right here, and you can move everything around, you see. So we now have this nice little Voronoi texture. So we're going to want, let's go with add, and I'm going to go color ramp, spelt the American way. Place this in the middle, and we'll go plus, and we're going to go with hot pink, and then we're going to take the white right here, and we can go with a blue. And you'll notice when we move these, the colours and the tones change. We can press plus here and we can go with a green. Just make that nice bright green. And you can see again the tones change as we move this across. So depending on the tones that you want, you can have kind of like, let's take this pink right here. We could go with, let's see, go with a nice orange. Orange kind of looks cool. And what I'm going to do with this, let's take this Voronoi texture and color ramp right here. Just select them with shift. I'm going to go ahead and add a noise. So let's add, and we'll go with noise. Noise texture right here. So let's go color with roughness. And then we can kind of scale this up just a little bit. You can see there's kind of like this nice little pattern kind of happening. You probably can't see it as much, but if you kind of look really carefully, there's something moving just under there. So we could have a nice texture, maybe about that much. Turn the roughness up just a little bit. And then we can go with a bump. And add that. You want to go from color to height, from noise texture to bump. If the screen turns white like this, it's just doing some calculations, don't worry about that. So if we turn on the lighting right here, and we turn up the filter a little bit, turn up the distance, we should have something like this. So now this is the noise texture coming through with all these little bumps, so we can scale this again. Have this at any height that you'd like. And also we can do metallic as well, if that's your thing. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't really like this design, but, you know, you could do something like that. I'm going to take these greens, actually. I'm going to make them kind of like a gold. So, maybe like a gold background for your phone case. Let's take this blue right here. Let's go with a nice red or something. And then of course you've got the black. I mean the black, you can kind of just like pull it across, see where it sits and fits. Kind of thing. It's totally up to you what you want to do with it. You can scale this up a little bit if you wanted. I'll scale it down. So you kind of got like a nice pattern going on. So with this lighting, to be honest with you, I probably would increase it, increase the strength just slightly. And then shift D. And move it across, and then maybe we could change the colour of this light in particular. So if we go to data right here, we can change it from white, kind of like go with the green, and turn up that exposure a little bit. Maybe with this light that we've got on this side, we can go with the red, kind of colour contrast. Totally up to you. I mean, to be honest with you, this kind of phone screen just kind of doesn't appeal to me, but what I'm going to do, let's go to add layout even, and what I'm going to do, let's split the atom real quick. So we've got our phone case design right here. I'm going to go ahead and add, let's go with UV sphere, right click shade smooth, S for scale. You could probably do it that big. Let's go with new material. Switch out Principal BSDF to Glass BSDF and turn down the roughness. So now we're going to have something like this, where we've got this nice little glass kind of bead in the middle. What we can do to enhance this bead as well, take this lighting because it's quite tall, we can press G. I can just bring this down to make those shadows just a little bit longer. And we could also do the same to this side as well. Just kind of mess with those shadows. So with the balls in the middle right here, let's put this off center just ever so slightly. And then I'm going to go Shift-D again. I'm going to put one in the back here. Let's press S to scale. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this original one and we'll go Shift-D again. Let's press G, bring this down. Shift-D again. We'll press S for scale. Shift-D. Let's go across. And just go ahead and add really random stuff to this. You can go ahead actually and pull the background down if you wanted to, or pull the spheres up so that they sat a little bit more neater on there. If you wanted them kind of like halfway through, that's fine, but if you want something like this where they're kind of sticking up a little bit, you can do that. I kind of like the patterns that they've got as this is happening, to be honest with you. Kind of pull those up a bit. And then for depth, I think I might put some lighting just across the top. So we could have that. Just place that up a little bit. Let's go ahead and make this background black. So if you go to world settings, you can change this to black. That's kind of pretty cute. I like that. So if we take, let's go with this one, Shift D, bring this across, we can press G and bring this up. You're going to want a little point where you can have your phone time and stuff like that, so maybe leave that blank. I'm just going to press S and scale this down a little bit. Maybe do a scattering, so let's just take this off render just for a moment so the computer can think. Let's place this one here, and I'm going to go Shift D, move this across, Shift D, move this across, Shift D, move this across. Just kind of like random little ones. So just go G with that one, just move that. I'm going to select all of these and then flip them. So let's go ahead, select all of these. Shift D, click, R for rotate, and just press 180. So you've kind of got a random scattering. So now when we render, we should have something like this. Now, to be honest with you, these ones are a little bit higher off the page. That's why they've got a shadow and stuff like that. But if you want something that's a little bit higher like that, you can do. Just as such right there, you see how they're floating. So, in theory, what you could do, let's take this off render. You could take these two. Let's bring this down. So let's press G, bring this down. Get these two. Press G, bring these up. I'll get rid of this one that kind of interacts with the bigger one. So let's press G and bring this one up. So that's on the plane. Press G, bring this one up, so that's on the plane. Just as such. See what this looks like. So I think this is pretty cute if you're looking for, say, like a little background that's kind of Christmassy or whatever like that, kind of the baubles and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and add some depth with this with some cubes. So I'm going to take this cube right here. Let's go G, bring this up. You want to go past the camera. Scale this down. S for scale across. We'll go with material, we'll go new, let's go principal BSDF and emission. Turn up the emission just ever so slightly, maybe 20, 30, something like that. So now when we render this, we should see that there's like a little line coming across. I'm going to go ahead and lower the shine on this. So let's go ahead with the metallic and just make this a little bit more dull. We're also going to have to turn the lights down if we do mess with the metallic. So let's take the lights. Just cut that exposure just a little bit. So we've got that nice little background coming back. So what I'm going to do, since we do have all these lines going across right here. I mean, it does look cute, but I kind of want to get rid of some of that, so let's go for about there. You want your glass to be shiny, but this a little bit more dull. So let's go and make a few more of these. So let's go Shift D. We can press 1. We're going to have it like this. If we press 10, it's going to be like this with the lines. So what I would say is maybe a 5. Let's go Shift D again. Move this across and we'll do a 5 again. You see what we're doing with the lighting right here and the lights that are coming up right here. Let's give it a little bit more depth. Let's take this one. We're going to go Shift D and we won't press 5 for this because 5 is going to send it this way. We want to go -5. Shift D, -5, and then Shift D and we'll go -5 again. So now we should have something like this. This is a really cute background if you kind of want to make stuff on Blender as well. Just give me 2 seconds, I'll be with you. I got someone waiting at the door. So you can go ahead and edit this. I would say turn the exposure down just on these just ever so slightly. So maybe just about there. That could work. I mean, just play around with it, see what's going on. Yeah, that's the tutorial for today for a phone background. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.